And we are live here at the beautiful Palace Hotel downtown. Wonderful view here, right across from Arabesca restaurant, which is one of our good friends' favorite place to meet us. Wonderful, wonderful hotel. Big family office event going on here as well. I would say an important family office event.
I feel honored that they've invited me to come. It's definitely one of those private events, so not something that just anybody can walk into.
That's 100% true. Our friend Ishmael is the man behind it. Really good guy, influential person, really good person. So it's Bruce Porter Jr. Here in Dubai. I have with me here Jay Moore. Jay Moore is the co-founder of Prasaga, as well as the Chief Collaboration Officer. Of course, you've seen him quite a few times as we have been going around working together and putting together this amazing team.
It's been a special 10 days. I mean, we've talked about the fact that Dubai promotes itself as the epicenter or the hub for blockchain, and I've experienced it. I mean, this last 10 days, we've met people not only from all over the planet that are expatriates, etc., living, working, and digital nomading here. That's the new thing. People come here, and it turns out when it gets too hot, they go somewhere else. But they're running global organizations, and whether it's team members here in Dubai that are going to be joining our organization and helping build an ecosystem, or just partners that are really passionate and have purpose as their primary driver, it's been really refreshing to meet the diversity of last time it seemed like everybody was here that I met was from Hong Kong, right? And this time it did seem like Russia won. We met not just Ukrainians, which was heart-wrenching in some cases, but also just people from all over Eastern Europe, Poland, Czechoslovakia, a whole lot that are doing development in blockchain and have offices here in Dubai. It's very exciting stuff. Romania.
Yeah, I was going to say. Big
Romania.
Big push from Romania. They have a lot of good developers.
They do.
Ukraine obviously was very rich in development as well. That's not really available to us at the moment as the political situation hopefully gets better. That'll open back up. But that wealth of technological prowess, the people that can put that together is absolutely fantastic. And when you're in a situation like Prasaga is, where those types of people are very important, those are the people that you want.
Well, and the exciting part for me is that the conversations we're having is you're what we've been looking for. Or this is what blockchain needs. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's a reference to the fact that we take a little bit more mature approach business-wise, and we look at things that maybe some of the other projects have kind of just taken for granted, and we really want to make sure that we don't ever promise something we don't know how we're going to deliver. Yeah. That's one fundamental. Another one is really engaging as diverse of a global ecosystem as we can, and we're building the infrastructure. It's everybody else that's going to build on top of this that's going to take this to the level. And all I can say is we discovered a lot of those partners here in the last week, whether it's in Metaverse, which did we talk a lot about, which was fun. Not so much NFTs this time, much more Metaverse, but also just in the fundamentals of what it takes to do good enterprise blockchain support. And those partnerships are very exciting.
They are, absolutely. I mean, some of them we can talk about. Some of them I don't think we can yet. But I do want to touch on that the international aspect of what we have going on here. Hats off to the UAE government. And I remember over 6 months ago sitting with my friend Dr. Marwan and telling him, listen, I'm going to come here and I'm going to help you promote the kingdom as much as possible over the next 6 months while Expo 2020 is going on. Because you guys have opened your doors to us. You've created a situation with good regulation and direct access to government leaders where we can support our families and we can earn money and we can come here and operate business. I'm very appreciative of it, and I still am. That's exactly what we did. Really proud of it. And Prasaga, with our partners here, Prasaga, along the way, pretty much the whole time.
Yeah, and some of the conversations we're having for example, with Alex Lightman, he brought a lot of light to his perspective on what's going on globally, geopolitically, European regulatory architectures, a whole lot of really kind of deep, close to the metal type. Didn't know that.
Right.
And the exciting part was, it does feel optimistic.
Yes.
As hard as this next phase that we're going to go through, the big correction, the challenges with everything from fiat to geopolitical stability, he's got a very optimistic approach. And it's a lot about the digital nomads. I mean, it's a lot about people who may end up in Bali or working out of, like we say, Romania or Lisbon or all sorts of places around the planet now. And they're focused on leveraging blockchain to build a new future. And that, just hearing that, gets me really excited.
There's no doubt about it. And that's why one of the reasons why we've been coming here for so long and really concentrating a lot here is because it isn't just the people of the UAE that are here. You know, you look at a room, you look at a conference room, and, you know, of course you have some Emiratis here, and those are the people. And I know we've even, I don't think we can talk about it, but we've added some very important people to the team as well.
Nothing I can to give you the inside scoop on, but you might be able to find them if you look at all our pictures. But the real exciting thing there is getting the right people. And that's, I'll be honest, one of the most difficult things in crypto.
Yeah.
You know, we're creating a trustless system, but we still got to trust somebody, right?
Yeah.
And that's a huge deal for me because this project is so important, and it really will be made up by the people who are part of it. I think, you know, at some point when we're mainnet and everything's out open source, governance will drive, right? We're going to be a full DAO, but the people that help us build that DAO now, the people who are taking us into, like, when we were over at the CEO forum, I met 5 different teams that were all SDG driven. They have relationships with tremendous projects working at the UN, and they were doing it for purpose. They'd already, most of them made all the money they needed, although a few were still raising, but they were all about the why of making a difference in the planet. That, and I've seen it other places, but that was a particular concentration. And you see it at the Expo. I mean, you really see a lot of people who are looking at the future and trying to figure out, how is it that we can get there from here? And what's coming back over and over again is blockchain is that enabling technology transformation that we can do that will really take us to this new future that we want to build together.
Well, it's amazing. And I know you touched on Alex Lightman. What a fantastic guy. I don't know if we'll see him again.
We've known him over the years, but just getting to spend a little bit of time.
Yeah.
He, you know, you can watch his keynotes and they still, they last the test of time.
Yeah.
And he speaks to government rulers all around the planet. He advises, and he's helping to create a new future himself.
He is. And you talk about market penetration, and you know, if you penetrate the market here in the UAE and Dubai right now, it's become such an important place that you've really penetrated the market worldwide. And it's one of the reasons why we really focus here. Of course, now summer will start, things will start to move to Europe and other places, and then of course we'll be back here in the fall. But they call it the crossroads of the world. That's what I kind of coined.
Well, I mean, we've got team members headed to LA NFT, to Miami for all the different things that are going on there. And then we've got, you know, Paris Blockchain Week. A lot of things going on. I'm actually going to go up near my hometown and just look at ETH Portland. You know, because West Coast has always got something going this next generation. And I think that's the thing. There's so much activity in this ecosystem that just coming alongside, finding out places that we can help move that needle forward, move the momentum towards where it needs to go. And obviously our technology will assist in that, but it's a lot about the people and getting the right people attached.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know a few people have mentioned really that the Prasaga name, it's very resonating here.
Well, I'm gonna give both David, who probably should have more of the credit, but Bruce, literally dozens of people would come up to me and say, you guys are everywhere. I see Prasaga at every conference. And they've done a great job making sure that we are where we need to be and presented to the, and now, you know, what happens? Like, everybody wants to know, so what is Prasaga? And why is it important?
Yep.
And it's been really exciting to be able to tell people, look, we couldn't find what we needed out there, so we built it.
Yep.
And now that's going to be available to everybody to be able to build this next generation of solutions. Mm-hmm. Have we figured everything out? Well, everything that we knew we had to, but there's always going to be innovation happening. And that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
I'm meeting people that are going to do that.
Yep.
And well, so far they all want to use our chain.
Yep.
We haven't had anybody come back and say, well, I don't know if you figured it out or not. They're all coming back going, this is what we need. This is the solution that will help us get where we want to go.
Well, and that's the interesting part of it. And I know it's kind of the next steps, but as we start to build out these collabs, these collaboration labs, this is going to be very interesting prospect for everybody. And also for a lot of the, I would say, institutional money in the family offices to really have a play in what we have going on.
Well, and that's just it. Anytime you're building something, and I've done it before, you have to have that, well, people call it different things, reality distortion field or shared delusional syndrome, or the belief that you can do this. And I have met many people who believe that blockchain can make the future we want to live in. The fact that we can be a part of that, that's just such a privilege. And I think that's something where everything that we've worked up to with Prasaga to this time has gotten us to a place where now it's your guys' show. People that you know, people that yourself included, if you want to make a difference in the future, take a look at Prasaga and see if it might fit to help you get where you want to go in making the changes that you want to see in the world.
It's Prasaga.com. It's an amazing thing. Check them out. They are Michael Holdman will be the CEO. Will be down in. I do that sometimes.
Yeah, well, and Jay Moore will be everywhere.
So, yeah, exactly.
When I look at my calendar,
it is.
It's not Southeast Asia. It's going to be Riyadh. It's going to be in Monaco. It's going to be all over the planet.
London or anything like that. And building that team, and that's what it really takes. And when you look at actually the amount of different firms and investment funds and everything that come in, I was really floored when I saw that. I know you had the graphic there.
Yeah,
it is a lot, and that's what you want. You don't want well, I don't know, you don't want, but you really want decentralized distribution of everything. So I think it's very impressive.
Well, and there's nobody who's going to say this is how it has to go at this point.
Right.
And that's anytime you have a cap table, you got to be careful getting too many people, but because they've come in through different funds, we've got a lot of really good humans involved with this project and believing. And I hope this speaks to you if you've come in. If not, there's going to be more opportunity. And obviously, all that ground floor stuff, this is going to be a long-term successful project. It's not like something that you have to worry about, did I get it before it spiked and died? Yeah. We're working on something that's going to be up and to the right. Obviously, we can't control for every variable, but that's part of why we're being so patient to get it right, to have the right people around us so that we aren't trying to push into that volatility. We're really looking at how we can be a stabilized project that's making a difference.
I do think that's one of the things people see. I say jokingly that the white hairs in the building, which is kind of funny. I know.
Blonde. I don't know.
But it is something. You know, when you're looking at a
you don't use hair color, do you?
No way,
okay,
not me.
Just check.
So when you're looking at a different projects, or when these big time investors are looking at, you listen to this guy, then that, they want to see that there's some season behind it, and there's some things going on there. So
yeah. Well, and you know what? It's an exciting time, and there's no way we're going to be left out of this level. I don't know if I should say this. We realized our CTO helped drive Internet 1.0. He helped build Internet 2.0. we're not missing 3.0, guys. We're going to help drive that too.
Yeah.
And you guys can be a part of it.
Well, it's Jay Moore from Prasaga, the co-founder here, Chief Collaboration Officer, Bruce Porter Jr. I am a senior advisor of the Dubai Collab as well here. We are signing off. We are finishing up. We're our last day or so, hours in Dubai for this trip. Always a pleasure to bring you guys what is going on here. We may have another broadcast or two, but Jay, always a pleasure.
Oh, it's great. And you know, next, we'll see where the future goes. This is a very exciting time.
See you soon.